This is now the definitive version of Kill Bill. So yesterday I went to the theater and checked out the Kill Bill Whole Bloody Affair event. This is a limited theatrical release where the original intended vision of the two Kill Bill movies being one entire theatrical experience. Now, Kill Bill is a film that I did have to warm up to. I've never really been into Hong Kong cinema or anime or kung fu movies. So when it came out in 2003, wasn't really my thing. As an adult, I've grown to really enjoy these movies, especially the first half. And I'm here to tell you that this Whole Bloody Affair version is absolutely now my preferred way to watch this movie. And I really hope eventually we get a nice little physical media release so that I can continue to preserve that viewing experience going forward. As far as the changes to this cut, aside from both films being together a 4.5-hour experience, the black and white intro sequence where she's driving and says, "I'm going to kill Bill," has been cut out. You have 7 additional minutes to the anime sequence. There is the Crazy 88's fight sequence, which is the most iconic sequence in both of these films, that is now entirely in color and has a little bit of gore added to it, which both of those is a big fuck yeah from me. But the most significant change is that the original cliffhanger of Volume 1, where Bill reveals that the daughter is still alive, has been cut out entirely. So now you watch through the entire film and it's over 4 hours in the climax before you and the bride find out together that her daughter is in fact still alive. And to me, that was a big improvement on the experience. Something about not being ahead of the bride as far as the plot in the second half actually makes the conclusion of the film be a lot more impactful, whereas historically, people have always found it to be a little bit underwhelming compared to the excitement of the first half. And having that plot twist revealed right as she's ready to start kicking ass actually kind of justifies the way that Quentin Tarantino decided to go with that confrontation. The things that I loved about this is that the two films, despite being tonally pretty different and even just pacing wise very different, actually did flow very well as a 4.5-hour experience. And I also think that it kind of shaves off some of the, we'll call it disappointment, that the second half wasn't nearly as exciting as the first, because now you're coming down from that high as you start to get into the more introspective second half. The only negatives that come along with it is that this version, of course, is going to be a little bit less rewatchable because it's not often you have 4.5 hours to sit and dedicate to a movie experience. And even though I do think it makes an easier transition between the two, it does entirely highlight how much more exciting and iconic the first half of this story is. But overall, I loved seeing this in theaters. If you're a fan of Kill Bill or Tarantino, I advise you to go check this out while you can. There's no promise of a physical media release, though I will hold out some faith, but this is now my preferred version of this film. And if I'm able to watch this in the future, this is going to make Kill Bill as an entirety climb my Tarantino ranking over time.